Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back. We are going to be playing some Shapez 2 today, and we're going to be starting off. Hopefully, I'm online. Looks like I'm live. Looks like everything's going through. Beautiful. All right, excellent. We're going to start by muting the microphone so I can have a little cough. But we're going to start with manufacture mode. So, I've played classic mode to death before 1.0, and I'm playing a little bit of classic regular in the background, but that's mainly just for achievement purposes. Today, we're going to be getting into the new stuff, manufacture mode. I've gone into it a little bit at this point and sort of not really done much, to be honest. I haven't really dived into it. We're going to play normal. Screaming. Okay. Crap on a stick. This is not a good way to start my stream. I must have pressed the spacebar accidentally when I was doing something in the game. Yes, it was typing the name of the... Yes, I have my mute button hooked up to my spacebar, so when I was typing in the name, it obviously got muted. Unfortunate. We're going to have to think about how to handle that, actually, because I may want to remap my mute button to something other than space, because we will be creating blueprints every now and then. And yeah, so I apologize for that. It happened on a previous game I was casting as well. Accidentally muted myself when I didn't mean to. But anyway, let's forget all that. Let's go back into the game. So this thing is, instead of being a vortex, it's popping waste out, trading the results at a trade station for refined shapes. This, I would love to say that's the first time that's happened, but unfortunately it is not. It's happened a few times. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look. So we do have our blueprints saved here. So we're not going to really talk about them too much. We're just going to play the game, and we're going to ignore the horrible fact that we did some stuff here. And we're going to start... No. That looked like a two-story thing for a second, but apparently it is not. Alright. So this spits out 8 already, which is nice. Take the waste from the dimensional waste receiver, cut it, and... Okay, alright, it's telling me to do general things. Alright, so we do actually have some pre-made blueprints from... basically from my classic playthrough, which I've been doing earlier today. So I've got a bunch of these things. Basically they're just 8 belts worth of cutters, and that's pretty much it. To at least 8 polishing stations. Alright. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to need... So this is already really going nuts with the amount of stuff that it wants us to do, which is fine. That's going to be a little bit awkward. So I'm going to get that, copy, put that up the top. And we're just going to go straight in, and then we're actually going to drag those and do it on the other side. And There's actually 2 more we could do if we really wanted. Might as well do those. 1, 2. Uh, 10. Okay. So we don't actually need these. Okay. So there's our 10 polishing stations. And it does seem to be spitting out. I'm not sure how much this is actually spitting out, because obviously these are just 120 per minute per belt, so 2 per second. This, I'm not really sure how fast they're spitting them out, but alright, let's go ahead and have a look at the milestone screen. Polished waste is a start, but the traders want more. Okay, so we already hit our milestone. We already got trains. That's excellent, excellent news, because belts are just so very slow in this game. Okay, don't need to worry about trains. What's going on here? Okay, that's better. Ruby Station. Let's just have a look at this. What does this want? Alright. Now, obviously the squares, we can get as many squares as we want. The polished stone, we can only get so much of that. And currently we've got 10 belts full of that, which means we can theoretically get 5 belts full of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might need to move those a little bit further away. There we go. Still got a decent amount of shapes on the board. And let's get some of our blueprints. So we'll line these up like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. And then let me just go ahead. The bottom layer can be there. And like that, and then the top layer can be like that. Now, I have heard that this game is more about building factories that you keep for a long time. So once you make it, you don't really tear it down anymore. I'm hoping that's going to be the case here, because launch a trading rocket. Okay, apparently we've launched a trading rocket. I'm not sure how we did that. Okay, this machine launches a trading rocket every now and then. Okay, alright. Not sure exactly how that works, but yeah. Actually, let's make it easier on ourselves. Pop that up and then drop it down. That'll give us plenty of time to get that going. Alright. So now we're going to go into our mining blueprint. Now we don't currently have 12 belts unlocked, we've just got 8, but that should be enough. Ding. And oh, hold up a second, hold up a second. We need circles. Okay, so I'm on the right track, but we actually need... is that gonna fit? You're not quite gonna fit. That's alright. Just in case you're wondering, this is just a normal extractor, and this just takes two of them and shoves it onto both of the tops things. So all of the little modules that I'm putting down, like the little cutter and stuff like that, they all work with 8 belts at the moment. So 4 at the bottom, 4 at the middle. You can't get 12 belts at the moment until you unlock it via the shop, which is down here, which costs a lot of research. So we're not going to be doing that, but we do have a bunch of these. For example, we got a stacker here, a stacker here, a stacker here, stacker here. Let's turn them around. All right. So that's going to put... Oh, it's not what we want. That's going to put squares down the bottom. That's going to put circles at the top. And we have left enough room so it can do all sorts of jumpy stuff. Okay. We'll do a little bit up and then across. So that we can go like that. Alrighty. So yeah, because as I kind of said, I definitely want to be building mega bases. And I guess for this game, the amount of resources you get out of this hub that's actually interesting. Shapes per minute, 60 per minute. Okay, so this is actually... It accepts 12 belts, but it's actually only half speed. Wait, that's way less than what we need. Okay, so this is right. So 60 per minute. Okay, 60 per minute times 12. So right now we're putting 8 belts in, but each of the belts we're putting in is 120 per minute. So we need to stretch these out a bit, double them. Well, that's fine. These guys. Something's wrong with my blueprint. What's going on here? Ah, yes, okay. That kind of makes sense. Here. Alright, that makes sense. Bent stacker. We can't place this blueprint yet because we hadn't actually unlocked the stacker. That's annoying. It did. I would have hoped it would warn me. Maybe it did warn me and I wasn't paying attention, but... Alright, there we go. Now we've got the bent stacker. And we're pushing through. And there we go. See a little bunch of these guys. And that's probably why we haven't got any of these shapes yet either. Because these guys are all also broken. This is not a good start for my video. I accidentally muted myself for like 30 seconds and I forgot to do the rotation. That's alright. Well, we're not going to make the same mistake again. I haven't unlocked the 180 degree rotator, so we're just going to use the normal right hand rotator two times, and there we go. So that'll spin it around, and this garbage, hopefully this garbage just gets chucked away. But anyway, that's pretty good so far. Unlock alternate. Alright. We are going to have to fix this as well. Making these sort of double up, because yeah, they're just not processing. Yeah, look at these. I mean, it could be that these are quite backed up as well. Should be getting close to. Okay. We're definitely pushing through now. We're starting to see some of these go through. Give me a sec here. What's this? 480. Okay. So this does 480 per minute times 12. That may be the same in the other one. In classic mode, I just never noticed it. But yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to have to expand this a lot, because I thought this was on 20. It's actually 480, and I have a feeling that this guy is actually throwing 480 out on each belt. Okay, for now, our Ruby system is actually working. It is doing a pretty good job, and we're going to be getting a bunch of stuff coming on. Alright. I would love to know what these icons actually mean. Trade stations. A donation station. Maybe we'll figure it out over time. I mean, okay, I think orange is the output is blocked. And then red means there's no input, presumably, but okay. Just going through all these. What's going wrong here? Yeah, okay. This is what happens when you do multiple levels. You miss out on stuff. Okay, that should fix that one up then. Build a donation station. Okay. Is this actually outputting anything yet? Or maybe if we unlock this. Alright, beautiful. Now it's unlocking stuff. Now it's unlocking the red thing. And the sapphire station takes 3 different things. Okay, alright. We're doing pretty well so far. we're grossly underutilizing the output of this. Having said that, if we were to expand this to fully utilize it, right now we're utilizing 60 and each one is producing 480, so it's like 12. So we'd have to right now we've got 10 machines, we'd have to have 120 machines to fully utilize this. And we'd also have to multiply this whole setup by 4? Yeah. I think 4? Sounds about right. Which we obviously don't have the mining capability to do. So we're not going to do that. Having said that, how much are we producing here? Let's just make sure they're on the same level. So this is producing 8 full belts. This is producing 60 per minute per belt, which is half. So each belt is really being slowed down. So let's fix this first of all. Let's fix this. And then once we fix this, we'll be a lot better off. And we're going to buy ourselves a little bit more space here. Polishing. So we had 10. So we got 10 belts coming out, and each one of them needs 2 guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that over here, and we're actually going to take this entire bit and move it a bit further away. Give us plenty of room to get this stuff sorted out. So remove all those belts. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, what's going on here? That looks a little bit janky. That definitely looks janky. All right, let's make that go like that. Let's make that one go like that. And all the other ones can move up by 1. And it looks like they're just auto-connected. Because we're going to be looking at this for a long time, so we might as well make it look nice. And then we're just clearing the squares by doing that. Okay. So now we're going to do this, and we do that. So this now produces a full 8 belts for each one. Once we actually split it. Okay. I forgot a step again. Alright. Now here's the interesting thing, because technically instead of just destroying half of it, we could be cutting it, I suppose. Cutting it is a bit dangerous though, because obviously I don't even think we've got the cutter open yet. Yeah, the cutter separates the west half and east half of any shape. It's probably okay actually to cut it in this situation, and that would double our throughput again, because we wouldn't be throwing away half of the shape, we'd just be cutting it and it would be fine. So this outputs a full 120 on every single belt, and this one accepts a full 60 on each belt. So this is perfect. Now we can go ahead and we can stack them properly. Three, 4, 5. And we can take this back quite a bit because we don't need all that much room anymore. Just do a normal corner, please. And yeah, it's very interesting, but I can already see we could do some improvements. We could double this again, but then again, I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. I'm just rushing through this at the moment and making... Here's the interesting thing about this game. You can make a bunch of mistakes and it takes 10 seconds to clean them all up. So you kind of get used to mistakes. Alright. Okay. This is going to be 60 times 12. This is again 60 per minute times 12. So we kind of want to duplicate these as well. Yeah. All right. It took a while for these guys to get around. Oh, I did shut them off a little while before, but it's definitely, you're running at full throughput, right? Yeah, that looks like full throughput. Okay, beautiful. Alright. Let's forget about the cutting. Forget about the fact that this is doing 480. We'll just take our 120 and we'll make sure that we keep outputting 120, and we'll have to update these to increase the throughput. I don't actually like that. I don't like putting them on top of each other. But first of all, you can't actually see. I'm not sure why these are orange sometimes. I'm pretty sure orange means output blocked. But their output should never be blocked. Although it's blocked by certain belts and not by others. That kind of gets itself sorted out because some of these belts are longer than others, but nah, it's all good. Alright. Let's work this out. Of course it's got a funny shape. Alright, so 3 per thing. So we want 10 of them. So we're gonna take this like that, and then we're just gonna say you are like that, you are like that. Okay. Finally, you're starting to get a hang of this mode, which is very nice. And then we're just going to take this and we're going to drop it up, move it over here, and do that. And if we're lucky, I can't quite copy that. Yeah, I know it's screwing up the things down below, but okay, let's actually, what we can do and now grab that. Okay, that's much better. And then you need to be like that. You need to be like that. And all of these will be worth it. All these updates will be worth it in the long run because, yeah, the throughput on these guys is just going to be nuts. Having said that, we kind of need this stuff for research. Well, I mean, we also kind of need other stuff for research. Let's get it without using the operator shapes. Let's put down this is where things are going to start to get difficult. Okay. 3, 4. Okay. That's 10 buildings. Let's just hook this up for now. And I'm going to do it like that and like that. And we're going to give ourselves plenty of room so that the blue square we can put up in this gap. And make sure we line that up. Here's the really interesting thing, because oh, get rid of that. So when I looked at this game originally, I looked at the achievements. I was like, okay, I want to make a mega base. What sort of mega base can I make in Shapes 2 manufacture mode? And I kind of saw the thing about trading rockets, basically. There's this thing called trading rockets where it was kind of like, okay, how many trading rockets can you make? And there was an achievement for 1,000 trading rockets, and there was an achievement for 100 trading rockets per minute. And I kind of looked at those and I thought, okay, you know what? we can probably make 1,000 trading rockets a minute or something like that, and just see how we go. But now I'm looking at it. I'm looking at this building right here. I'm seeing this belt pops out 480. Space belt 480 times 12. I'm seeing that this is our output, and it is a huge amount of output. Like, right now we're only tapping 120 per minute on 8 of those belts. So it's like less than, it's like 2/3 of 25% or something like that, which is like just over 16. It's like 60, just over 16%. So that's how much percentage we're actually tapping of this. So I guess our goal for this game is going to be 100%. Alright, so we've got this shape coming in. We had this one turned off for a while. Unfortunately. But when that one gets back on, that will go back up. We'll start to feed those in, and we're just going to be counting up that 7,500. So what we need to do now, we need to start getting serious on research. Speed multiplier would be a great thing. Third machine level would be a great thing. A lot of things would be great things. Trains would be a great thing. Let's start to get, so this circle on top of the red square. Actually, let's have a look. Well, alright, we've got the painter unlocked. So that's fine. We've got the painter unlocked. And so we can do painting. Let's see where we can find this. How do I tag this? Blank circle on top of red square. There's a square here, but we're fully tapping that one already. So there's a square here. I want a square and a circle, kind of. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And we're just gonna tap this one pretty quickly using my wealth of blueprints. Circle, get a painter. Actually, we need fluid miner. And where's my painter? Alright, that's beautiful. And then we have a stacker. And then we just need pipe that in there. There. In case you're interested, here's what the fluid thing looks like. It's basically just pipes are unlimited now. There's completely unlimited, so you don't have to worry about pipes. So you just take it, do it through here, get these little jumps to go over the pipes, do it 4 times in a row, and you use the jumpers so that you can do it all on one level. So for the next 4 belts, you can basically just copy and paste it on top of it. And that is my fluid painter. There's my stacker. The stacker is a lot more complicated. I won't go into it in too much detail, but basically it took me like a good 30 minutes to get this thing sorted out because of all the wacky belt things that had to happen. But eventually I did get it done. And it's using the L-shaped bend stackers because, of course, if you just use the normal ones, then you need 6 instead of just 4, which is very annoying. And the reason I like this stacker that I made myself is because the side entrance is always going to go at the top, whereas the base entrance always goes at the bottom, because you get those little stackers that other people made which just have 2 inserters on the side of the single square, and you never know which one is the top or the bottom when you're zoomed out to this level. It's very annoying. So, alright. We got the square at the bottom. That's beautiful. That's a research shape. What's your speed? 480 per minute times 12. So this takes as much as we can squeeze in. This one's just absolutely massive. So we'll just let that one go. So we got circles coming in here. We could actually make this a lot bigger. You know what? I think we will. I think we will make the full 480. Because we can. And that's the wonderful thing about shapes. You know, nothing costs anything. It just... And we can just merge these all in. And we're going to need another one, and another one. And we're going to need that, that, and that. And we're going to need some underground. Nope, that's wrong. We need some underground. Or overground, I should say. Belt shenanigans. And this is the problem when you have these two close together. That's alright. I mean, that only really affects the auto thing anyway, so I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. It messes up with the thing that automatically puts the overground belts on top, but no, we can't do that. We still need to stack it. Okay, stacker. And then this one needs to go down a little bit. Alright. Okay. And then this one. And that should be good. Now, I've still yet to confirm that these actually work with 480. It looks like they do. They're definitely all crouching together, getting on that belt the same way. This is working full speed, this is working full speed, full speed, full speed. So they definitely fit all on the belt together. Usually they get sort of backed up and then, you know, blah, 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 nothing really happens. But here, obviously, they're all getting split off. I'm not sure exactly how the belt splitting works. I have a feeling this is getting 50-50. In which case, what we should probably do is that. It doesn't really make a difference, but yeah. It'll be a little bit nicer, because otherwise this one will back up majorly. Like it's already starting to back up. And then these ones will start to flow through a little bit slower. This way, it just goes a little bit nicer. So that should give us a full 480. Well, it'll give us a full... what's 2/3 of 480? 320. It'll give us a full 320. And what we might actually do is put this over like that. And then we can actually look at this belt and see, okay, how full are you? Are we getting the full? Oh, look at that. We actually made the shape. I didn't even realize it. We made the shape that we need for the next Sapphire station. I suppose that's good. We might as well just duplicate it because we've made a bunch for research already. And we'll keep this set up for research, but we'll start duplicating this. So how much do we need with our current setup? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full belts. 5 full belts. Okay, so we're putting out 4 fill belts at the moment, so we need 5 more. Alright, let's move these over in a slightly different way. I can already start to see that actually matching all of the throughput that the home base is spitting out is going to be a massive, massive task. Absolutely huge. Alright. So we need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to space them out nicely just because looks like we're going to have to use the same red color because there's not another one anywhere near, but that's all good. Alright. That's 3. We need 2 more. Actually, let's flip that, and we'll send the color from the other side. Loop it all the way around, because it's a bit messy in this area already. Alright. I know that's a lot of... Oh, that's not the right place. That's a lot of... Now, technically, we could duplicate, and actually we probably should start to duplicate some of these. Well, stack up, I should say. Alright. So these 3 can definitely be joined. It takes a total of 480. And we're currently putting... What we can do, actually... Yeah. So we can't put 5 on there because that would just be too much. There we go. That's beautiful. So the inner one is doing 3, which is a total of 360. I don't know how to read that. That's a lot. I mean, 28.8k times 12, so that's 28.8k per thing. Wait a sec. We're currently doing 1200 on a single one, and this is times 12, so 1200, 28k divided by 1200. That's a lot more. So with a belt, it's multiplied by 4. With fluids, apparently it's a lot more. It's, let me just open my trusty calculator. 28.8 divided by 1200. That's 24. Okay, alright, so we'll give that a test. See how that goes then. Actually, we can just test that right here. Because yeah, it may look incredibly slow, but this is actually the speed at which it should be going in. So in that case, we put that out there. Alright, we finished that off. We got a bunch of those. I guess it counts them as operator levels. Operator levels get you research. So there aren't, in this type of thing, there aren't any tasks, like the normal tasks that you get through. There's just operator shapes, which is very nice because in classic mode, I was just using operator shapes for research anyway. I wasn't doing any of the other stuff. Alright. Alright. should still have some red stuff at the end. I'm not sure why the red stuff never managed to get to the end, but whatever. Alright. That's just going to keep ticking on forever. We're putting 480 per... 480 times 8, whatever that is. It's like 4,000 per minute. Yeah, so this is going to tick up nicely. Okay, so we got our research very nicely in hand. Okay, what do we need to do? So this is the red square. So we need 5 circles. Boom, 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 boom. And then we need a bunch of stackers. I'm going to move them down a little bit further so I'm not overlapping with that little research station. And this is probably the furthest that I'd ever want to drag belts. We're definitely not going to be dragging belts to get this to the Sapphire station. I'm going to start using trains to get that working. Alright. And let's, in preparation, let's get these going. Train throughput is going to be interesting. I think what we'll do is we'll merge a few of these and we'll just have multiple wagons on our trains. We are running into platform issues. We've used up all of our platforms. Upgrades. Okay, that gave us a bunch more. But yes, definitely using up a lot of our platforms. I'm not too worried about that. Because of course, yeah, get to the right spot, please. This one also gives us a bit more platform. Every time this spins over, we get a bit more platforms, which is nice. But yeah, we definitely need to start using trains because, yeah, each of these space belts take half a platform. Train rails take 0 platforms, completely free. So for all long distance, and you might even be tempted to use like a train for this or something like that, but we'll see how far we get. Yeah, spacing out is very nice. Alright. What we're actually going to do is we're just going to have a long train with 5 different stations and 5 different things. That way we don't have to worry about is our station giving us enough throughput or not. We'll put a train stop there, put a rail there. And once the circles get over there, alright. So this is the sort of thing where we should really save ourselves some platforms. And do that. Because that is just... not doing that is just crazy. Could even just do this. I mean, I am being a little bit over the top here, but then again, we did literally just run out of platforms 5 seconds ago, so it's probably better to be a little bit over the top. Okay, so that's going to both of those. You can save a bit more here. We're back up over 1500, so I won't worry about it too much. But yeah, we'll try and be... This 5 times is kind of a little bit weird though. Alright. Wagon depots. Actually, they take... Let's just do 3 trains, because they take a fair bit of platforms actually to spin up, so we don't want too many of them. Alright. Now, wagon unloader. Five train stop there. Okay, and then we've got our belts. And this actually goes on the top, which I wanted to put on the right hand side. So let's do it like that. And let's do it like, there we go, F. F reorientates that bit. That's way too much room. Okay. That's much better. And then like so, like so, like so, like so. And we might as well actually do that. So we got an output belt already ready and available and waiting. Okay. Chuck you right there, chuck you right there. So on and so forth. And it looks like we've got plenty of research ticking over. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Well, how are we doing? Almost at an hour into the stream. We've made quite a lot of progress. Very happy about that. What's the third thing? We just need just a blank square. Alright, well we can definitely get that relatively easy. I say as I look around and don't see any squares. Alright, we got that here. Alright, five full belts. And it's not too far away, but then again it's quite far away, so... Alright. They're filling up. They're not filling up as fast as I would like. Did I mess something up again? We said 5 full belts. A full belt is 8 lanes, 120 each. That one's going. I don't like this over the top looking thing. There we go. Now they're going... It's kind of funny. You look at it and it's like, oh, the belt is kind of crap. Nothing's going through it. And then you look at the machine and it's like running full speed. And then you're just like, oh, I just had to pick the time when it just reached that spot. What a coincidence. It's an amazing coincidence, but it seems to happen a lot of the time. So, there we go. Little parcels coming out. Each of these is 360, I believe. I had a look before, but that was in... actually have a look. Shape transport, yeah, 360. Packages are 360 shapes. By default, each wagon can only store 1, but you could obviously increase it so that wagons can take more than 1 and do train speed, but increasing the wagon size really sends it nuts after a while. Okay, thank you very much. That is a very long train. Oh, we've got some coming in already. Only a few of them, but yeah, they look pretty solid. Let's just see them get offloaded. And technically we're already counting them in research, but they're going to be useful now for actually putting in to making the shapes, which is, I'm not going to say it's the more important thing, but it's definitely important. And these ones are just getting thrown away. Okay, squares. Absolute squares. Throw away that calculator because you don't need it anymore. Go away, calculator. I don't need you anymore. And you're blocking my volume controls, so if I accidentally mute myself for like 10 minutes, I'm not going to be able to see anymore because the calculator is... Not that I've ever done it for 10 minutes, but I've done it for minutes before, which is not great. Okay, 5 full belts of blue squares. Coming right up, that should be easy. Okay. Mines... Ah, they're all the way over here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fluids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then painters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have 100 machine platforms. That's a nice achievement. Alright. Now, as we discovered before, you can squeeze 4 of these normal belts together into a single space belt. We're not going to worry about that too much, but you can also squeeze 24 of these fluid pipes into one. So that's really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here, down, up, down, down, up. No, damn it. That's not what I wanted. And then, might as well just do that. And that'll give us a bunch of the blue squares. And might as well just copy this because it's a pretty good design. Well, it's probably got way too many wagons, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Alright. Let's get some trains going over here. And we'll put that up there. Copy this. Do an F to flip it. F again, because I didn't actually want to flip it, but there we go. I'm going to put that a little bit closer. Nope, we want that. That's beautiful. Alright. Okay. I'm just going to upgrade it straight away. And we'll put it like this. And put it down like that. Alright. And that gets all the tricky stuff out of the way. And of course it screws up this section because it wasn't lined up properly, but we'll just update that so now it's lined up properly and we're all good. And that is actually going to finish off Sapphire, which is very nice. Making lots of good progress in this stream. Let's get some more research points. Despite the fact that we're doing a full 480 belts, or 480 items per minute, over 8 belts, which is almost 4,000, which I think I said before. How much is it actually? It's like 3,840 items per minute, which is a lot per second. It's It's 2 per second, 3,840 divided by 60. It's a lot. 480. I think it's 64. 3,000. I think it's 64. 64 per second or something like that. It's a lot anyway. All right. Well, that'll finish that off. That'll get that one started. Why do I need you? Did I mess this up? Oh god, I think I messed this up. I think I've been building the wrong thing for like 10 minutes. I had 2 viewers at some point. None of them said anything. This is the problem with streaming. When you... Is it really? I feel like an idiot now, but... I could have sworn that was correct. Operator, trades... No, it was never like that. It was always the red. Well, thankfully this is almost the same. Instead of a red square, it just needs a red star. Okay, so we can fix our blunder. All we got to do is just put a star in here, and then the rest of the factory will work fine. Unfortunately, there are no stars anywhere. There's one over there. We're gonna have to have another train. Okay. Well, that was not a good start. This is... have I told you that I'm an official... Well, not officially licensed, but I am technically a Shapes 2 expert. I have played a lot of Shapes 2, and I've done a lot of cool things. Well, at least made MAMs and stuff like that, but I'm definitely not showing my skills in this game. I'm definitely making all sorts of mistakes. But then again, if I'm making mistakes... I'm also fixing them very, very quickly. So there you go. As long as you can fix your mistakes very quickly, it doesn't matter how fast you make them. Or how often you make them. Alright, so we need an unloading station. And we need to whack that there. There we go. That should be my motto. I make lots of mistakes, but I fix them just as quickly. Alright. And to think we started off... Oh, what happened? I think I toggled the middle mouse button or something like that while I was using the roller. Okay, beautiful. We got our first jumping train in the stream. That's fun. This is a stop. Okay. So that will put stars, which will get painted and will go on the back. Alright. Crisis averted. Well, kind of. I can see why there's 2 viewers left now. They didn't even bother to correct me. They were just like, yeah, this guy's trash. We're out of here. These trains are definitely on their way, right? They're off somewhere else. Yep, they're off there. Okay. So we're going to have to wait for a little while for them to get going. Very unfortunate that I made that mistake. But at least all of these machines act as voids. So right now it's voiding this terrible, terrible shape. And... we just completed that. Now we got to wait for that to get emerald. Alright, here's the weird thing, right? I already completed like a few milestones here. I'm going really fast in this game. But we are still not getting some stuff. Like we need to massively get some research going. Part of me does want to kind of just reattach that square and just put all these into research as well. And technically we do need this shape, and we do need a fair bit of it, so we are going to put it out, but... let's actually have a look at is this, I'm getting a bit confused. Alright, that's the center. We don't want the center. Is this actually spitting something out? I don't think it is. It looks like a dead end. Feels like a dead end. And yet this trade screen said that it becomes something. Ah, this is a donations. Okay, interesting. So you've got research stations, which accept this and give you blah. And then you've got donation stations, which give you research credits. No wonder I'm so confused. Bloody oath, this is a... Okay, so this 11 thing must be a research station. We need to unlock it. Okay, alright. We're back on track, kind of. Deliver refined shades to increase your operating level and receive a byproduct as an output. Might as well unlock that. Polishing station B. Might as well unlock that as well. Wonder if that's faster. Oh, let's have a look at these. Research. Okay. So this one's quite a bit slower. It does put something out. So if we take this to here. So you get a byproduct, right? Okay. I don't think I really care about byproducts at the moment. I want research. I want actual research credits. Although it's taking longer and longer to get these, but anyway. Although having said that, because here's the thing, if we want full throughput on this to make these shapes, then suddenly this research becomes a little bit harder because we have to use this polished bit. So what we could do is we could use a research station to get this, convert this back into that. Oh, but then where's the... Do you actually need to be on? Yeah. So what you do, let me actually hold the research donation station. So to get this shape, to get these two at the side, you would trade this for that, do some manipulation, and then you convert it into that and get some more research credits. And that would probably be worth it because obviously this one's going to keep going up exponentially, so it's not going to be worth it after a while. All right, so we got some of these slowly coming in. The trains are doing a great job. Alright, so it shouldn't be too much longer until we get this shape properly in and we can start finishing off the milestone. A little bit annoying that I was about to say we made that mistake, but obviously I made that mistake. But anyway, as we can see, I wonder if the train station does the same behavior. Yeah. So when you chuck stuff into it, it slowly deletes what's in here. So you're basically destroying the new shape in order to destroy the old shape. Yeah. Well, that's nice, I guess, to see this the same behavior. Mixed input, and then finally clears out, and now it's getting the proper new shape in there. All right. Beautiful. All right, so that'll get that sorted out. That one's still going fine. We really want to... Well, here's the really interesting thing. We need tons of research. There's no longer any tasks, regular tasks. So we basically have to rely on operators. That's... Okay, so let me double check. So these are all operator shapes. They can produce this. Let me read that. Deliver these shapes to donation stations or research stations to increase your operator level. Every level grants you research credits that can be used to unlock new technologies. Okay, so maybe there is no drawback to delivering to a research station. Because a donation station, the shape just disappears, but to a research station, you actually get something in return. Of course, you need more than one research station because it doesn't take as much input as a donation station. Ooh, that was 1,000 research credits. Okay, beautiful. I think we definitely want to start focusing on this shape. And to do that, I think we're going to start getting... where is it? Start getting our research station, which we need 4 of to get the same throughput, and then we'll start working on that shape. Now, let's pin this. Let's make sure that this still spins up when we're delivering to a research station instead of a donation station. Okay, it looks like it does. It does, but it's not infinite anymore. It backs up. This machine actually backs up. It's the first machine I've seen that backs up. Like these trading stations down here, they don't back up at all. They just keep swallowing whatever you give them. How are these trains doing? They're doing alright. Let's go all the way over to here. I mean, that looks like full throughput to me, so yeah. But yeah, this research station stalls, which is not great. But we're going to use this shape for research as well. $120 per minute. Alright. And here's the thing, these are actually pretty valuable. So we're going to need to do some cutting here. So that we actually save both halves of it. Oh, and it would help if I actually unlock the cutter before putting down that that blueprint, of course. I don't think it gave me any warning there. Okay, that looks a lot better. Alright, so the top left is right, so we need to rotate right. You know what? I'm just going to unlock these. I don't need the swapper for anything, but I'm going to unlock the other two. So rotate that one right. Boom, 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 boom. And then we need to stack them again. And this is where having the stacker with the output on the side kind of holds me back a little bit, but It's okay. And we can join all these together. No. And join all these together in a nice big 480 belt. Alright, milestone complete. Beautiful. Emerald, bunch of platform capacity, research credits, very nice. One day we'll get up to 5,000 and we'll either get level 3 belts or we'll get faster belt speed, one or the other. Okay, now we need half. That's not quite it. There we go. All right, that will definitely do the job. So how many of these? We need 4, don't we? Yeah, we need 4. 4 full belts. Okay. Minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to rotate it. Right, and then we need to destroy it because we don't care about the other side. Beautiful. That's a fair distance away, so we are going to be using some trains again. Keep our platform count nice and slow. And unloaders. Train stop. It's facing the right way, isn't it? Alright. And join all those up. I'm not sure if it... I don't think a single loader and unloader could handle 480. Just because... I mean, you'd need so many trains to handle that. It's crazy. I think one train could probably handle this much. I'm not sure. We'll add a couple more, because if we add a couple more, then we don't need to worry about it anymore. Alright. Let's get back to our blueprints. The order that we stack doesn't matter. What just happened? Okay. Do that manually. Alright. And that is definitely a shape, and then we just go ahead there and put that in a donation station. I wish you could see the throughput on this one, but it looks like it's okay. That's running fine. It's running fine. It's running fine. It's running fine. That one's backed up a little bit. That one's backed up a little bit. It might come good in the end, but yeah. It is 120, so that should be fine. Yep. Okay, starting to see some actual shapes come out. This should start getting us a lot of research, and then the next operator shape. Wait a sec. How do I pop this open? That doesn't actually have any shiny things. We could probably just make that directly from thingamybobs. We do need color mixing though. Have we unlocked color mixing? Damn, okay, color mixing takes ages. I wonder if that's deliberate. Okay, we won't worry about that for a little while because that's ridiculous. Okay, let's have a look down here. We got everything coming in. We got everything coming in, everything coming in. What's your deal? Why are you not... Did I do something wrong here? Okay, this square is got nothing on the bottom. Yeah, okay, that would explain it. Damn, how long ago did I make that mistake? That's incredible. Actually, we don't need to do that. Move that up nicely, paste that there. Gives us a little bit more room away from the main hub anyway. Alright, well that was slightly annoying. But we're getting and we're actually getting 1,000 research credits per level now. And this one's going to give us a lot of levels pretty quickly. Assuming it's still running at full speed, which it should be. It's backed up at the moment. Hopefully this thing continues working. The problem with the cutter is one side can get backed up. Like this one is going quite slow because the other side's backed up. So if it's taking two bits apart and then putting them together again, and the lengths between each side are different, like here is slightly different, sometimes you can end up with throughput issues. It doesn't look like we have throughput issues at the moment, but sometimes you can. Yeah, no throughput issues, no throughput issues, no throughput issues, no throughput issues. But then again, this is slow. This is being slowed down by something else. Interesting, this is being stalled. This is being stalled. This one's running full speed. Let me just double check. I think it's just to do with the way that the belts are being merged. We could probably make this a little bit better. Like for example, this one. Yeah, these two merge in as one, these two merge in as one, these two doing like that. Make it a little bit nice. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's probably a similar, maybe a similar problem here where this one doesn't have quite as much input. It seems to have enough. It'll all sort itself out eventually, so that's fine. All right, so that's the donation done. We've got both of these going at a pretty good speed, and this one is actually producing the shape, which is now producing this shape, which is interesting. And then we could probably scrub that. You'd probably get an infinite loop going there, but that's kind of funky. Right now we're just creating this one, using it to get this, twisting this around to form the edge of this one, and then we're not even using this because we're chucking it in a donation station instead of a research station. But it's all good. Operator level 5,000. Okay, so we could either go for our third machine level for 5,000 and unlock the third level for machines. That gives us a 50% bonus in speed, as opposed to the speed multiplier, which only gives us 25%. The problem with the third level is my swapper, my stacker, doesn't do level 3. It just doesn't. And I do not want to spend the last half an hour of this stream working on making a 3-level stacker, because that's going to do my head in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 3-level stacker in classic mode later on in the week when I'm playing classic mode. And right now we're just going to get the speed multiplier. And that is going to be 120, which is now going to be 150. And I'm not going to bother doing the math anymore, because 120 was hard enough, but now... And then... Wait a sec. And then when it's 150, it's going to be 180 or something like that. Yeah. 180. And 150 is actually a little bit easier than 120, because divisible by 5, it's kind of nice. But anyway. Half an hour left, so we got these two doing fine. That one's off in the boonies. Let's work on the milestones. So I reckon we could probably get these two knocked off. We unlocked Emerald Station. 625, blah, blah, blah. 2 shop items. Here, okay, here's the question. Yes. All right, so the rate of this station increased because we increased the speed total. I was worried about that. I was worried the Sapphire Station, Ruby Station increased, Polishing Station increased. This one increased as well. All right, beautiful. So everything increased, so we don't have to worry about the ratios changing for any point of this system, which is nice. Because, well, it's interesting. I could have sworn, if we go down to stations. Okay, so I do know there was more research for Ruby stations. I thought it was to increase their speed, but no, it's just to get more stuff. Better trade conditions on Ruby. Okay. It's probably better for throughput, actually. If we have a look... No, we want trades. Let's just have a look at Ruby. Because the real currency is these shiny shapes. So right now we're taking 4 corners and we're converting them to 4 corners. So these sort of things we can make forever. So these ones... 4 to 4, so that's kind of 1 to 1. Here it's 3 and 3 to 4 and 4. So that's actually a better way of doing it, a better conversion, I suppose you could say. Interesting thing is this appears to be about the same, because it's just black 4. So it's 1 to 1, or it's 1 to 1. I'm not sure where the better trade is for this one, because you're not really getting anything better for your buck. I mean, although having said that, these are unpolished, but then again, I'm assuming this is just unpolished. You should just be able to polish those. Yeah. Yeah, so these are just unpolished, so it's not like because I mean, let's put it this way, if unpolished were crap, like byproducts, then this would make sense because you're throwing in crap. But if you can just unpolish them, I guess the key here is you're actually using a lot less red. I'm not sure if that... I'm still not sure if that makes sense, though. It probably... It probably makes it a lot simpler because you need 50% of the ruby stations to make the same amount of these guys. You're still using the same amount of these fancy corners, but you're using 50% less ruby and trains. Okay. So I'm starting to understand it a bit, and we've got some similar things going on here. So all right. So I guess, yeah. What I'm starting to see is that we want to, in the end game, we want to maximize the amount of everything that we're putting out at the moment. So right now we've got 5 of these. Let's just start whacking down the emerald. Okay, 4 inputs, that's not good. These are still 75. Oh, and they take two of these. Well, that makes it a little bit simpler, I guess. As they take 2 inputs. We only need 1 machine for every 2 of these. Alright, so we're going to move this out a fair way. And do that. I will just start getting some of those on the board. Okay. And I'm not sure if we actually get... well, I mean, we're not going to get operator score for any of these shapes. But I mean, we do need 12.5k of them, so it's good to start getting them on the board as soon as possible, so that we can start getting that counted off, and then we can actually work on these 2 in the background. And they're very similar, so we need blue, a circle, and one of those, I'm going to call it an inverted circle for lack of a better word. But we're going to look for a whole one of both of those. Circle and inverted circle. There is a filter as well, isn't there? Any shape, circle. Okay. Decent amount of those circles everywhere. Let's look for this. I have a feeling this one's going to be a lot harder. This one right in the middle. There's a circle, and there's a thing, and there's a blue. Alright, well they're pretty close actually. I wasn't expecting to find them that close, but otherwise we have to go all the way out here. There's no circle around there too much. I kind of don't want to go too close to the middle, because this area is potentially going to explode when we start actually making it full. Whatchamacallit? Full throughput, like really start tackling the throughput that the central module can actually attain. I have a feeling like we're just going to need so much space. But there's really just no circles very close to any of these guys, and I'm starting to go out quite a ways here. There is kind of there's almost a circle, but not quite. Yes, we're just feeding out the spiral, and it's just going further and further. Like this is probably the best you're going to do, and that's so far away. And then we just got this right here, so I think we just go with this. As quite a small patch though, but we'll have to see. If we need a huge patch, then we're probably going to have to go back out Anyway, how much do we need? 5. It's actually going to be less than 5. It's going to be 2.5 belts now, because we're squeezing both of those. There's, yeah, 2.5 belts. That's not a lot. Don't ask me how we calculate that going in. Let's just make 3 belts worth and call it a day. I don't want to rack my brain trying to do 2.5 belts. Okay. So, what's the... Alright, so we need both of these. Alright, so we'll do 3 belts of each. That's fine. We could try and do some fancy thing where we do half a belt like blah or whatever, but whatever. I'm not going to do that. Alright, let's do the easy one first. Alright. Painter. Okay. Go away. There we go. And we need and then this one, we just do a little loop around like that. All right. Now we just need to do a stacker. Maybe I should start blueprinting these weird little designs. Okay. That'll be 1. We're almost close enough to where I don't want to build a train, but I'll build a train anyway. Okay, build a train anyway. And where are we going? We've got a load. Now for this one we definitely only need 1 wagon because the train distance is very, very close. Alright. And we're doing a nice little split there. Should split perfectly 3 ways. How are we doing over here? Blue has just taken a little bit of time to get over there, but that should be fine. Claim, claim, and we're over 6,200 again. Alright, beautiful. I might as well get this. I'm going to need to go and knock up some blueprints for it later on, but platform capacity. We're going to use this. This is double our train capacity. That's a huge upgrade. And then next time it goes up to 3, which is not as much of an upgrade, but that's literally doubling our train capacity. So yeah, that's great. You do not need to have that many wagons. Okay. And then I like this little sort of pattern. You just sort of go up on the second level and you just sort of jump down whenever you need to. Don't really need to do it for the first one, but whatever. Alright. And what we'll do is we'll set up the belt for this one. Alright, excellent, excellent, excellent. So now we just need to actually provide that shape and we'll be good to go. No, you can't drag belts, train lines backwards. That's one of the things I love about Factorio, but yeah, not something you can do in Shapes, unfortunately. Alright. Give us some more research. Okay, I was a bit worried we weren't going to be getting enough research, but we're definitely getting enough now. Okay, let's focus on this shape. So again, we need 2.5. I'm just going to do the same amount, and we're just going to use a destroy instead of a cut because destroys are easier. Alright. Oh, we're going to have to use a cut anyway, aren't we? That's alright. Okay, let's see. So it's on the right-hand side. So we rotate it so it's at the bottom. We cut it, so bottom left and bottom right. So we rotate that one. And then we stack it. And maybe I should invest in a stacker which just has two backwards things, because yeah, it would make builds like this where they're nice and close a little bit easier. But anyway, we can just do that. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then we can just join them all to the same belt. Might as well just copy that entire thing. Doesn't matter what order we stack them in for this one. So you are currently giving me that. Okay. If we flip that, we can of course just join this to the existing one because pipes just have so much throughput it's not even funny. And this will do an even split all the way over here, so that's fine. And then we get our full shape. If I just copy and paste this as is, what happens? That's almost correct. Almost. It's very close to being correct. We could just do an extra rotation at the end. What we might want to do... What happens now? Okay. We're almost there. We just gotta... I think we just gotta rotate and then... rotate left instead. Beautiful. All right, that's what we needed to do. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward, but we can make it work. Well, that's not how we make it work. You know what, we can just merge those in. Probably merge those in as well. Actually I won't, because then that's a three-way split. Okay. Alright, that's all of them. Now we need to get that. And then job done. We are done. We should be creating a beautiful shape. Yep, that looks like a beautiful shape. That looks absolutely fantastic. Alright. Go on the train, get sent off in this direction somewhere. Everybody's happy. Alright, well, I guess we're just waiting for that. We've got 8 minutes to see that shape coming down. But there we go. Research is absolutely cooking. Is there anything we really need? Weight stops are actually pretty good. That's something that would have been really... Actually, I think they kind of had. You kind of had the option later on, before Shapes 1.0, but now they got a separate state. Maybe they actually introduced weight stops before 1.0 and I just don't remember them. But anyway, could increase train capacity again. Speed multiplier could save up for that. That'll be nice to just... Is there only one more level of that? I guess so. There's like 3 more prongs that could be filled in, but anyway. Anyway, come on, hurry up. I want to see the shape done. Starting to see some stuff come across. It's alright. Yes, I would absolutely love to finish off this stream by finishing off this milestone and get the gold station. That would be, well, 4 milestones in the first stream. Although the first milestone really doesn't count because it took us like 5 minutes. But the next 3, definitely good stuff. But there you go. I mean, Shapes 2 started off pretty well. Did some pretty good stuff. Didn't leave my microphone muted for more than a minute across the entire stream, so that was definitely good. Actually, my cost doing pretty good at the moment. Doesn't seem to be too bad. So yeah, it is interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. I thought it would just be a case of here's where I really want to know what's going on, because it says stuff about these trading rockets, rocket launches every so often. These rocket launches, I would love to know more stuff about these rocket launches. Like, how many rockets are we launching per minute? Because I kind of had that tentative thing of launching 1,000 rockets per minute. But obviously, if there's no way to measure how many rockets you're launching per minute, like this one. Alright. How many... Alright. Do we have... Alright, trade stations. Let's have a look. It doesn't actually say how many shapes each rocket requires, because that would be really good. Can we search for rocket? The rockets handle everything. I'm not sure. It's probably going to end up being on some wiki somewhere, but yeah. Now this one we're definitely fully shoving everything in. Like it's absolutely full. There's definitely enough output, so it's definitely fully utilized. I don't know. That was probably like 30 seconds-ish or something like that. I'm not sure what that really means. It's just Tray Station again. I'm going to have a look. Maybe it's on a wiki somewhere. But we'll save that for next stream. I'll go have a look, and if I find out, then it'll be awesome. But anyway. Okay, we do have some of these guys coming in. Beautiful. Coming off the train. Very, very nice. And we'll do a quick check on the station. It's definitely not backing up. So one train is more than enough. And we're starting to count up this sort of stuff. And it's going beautifully. Yeah, see, that train had 2 packages for that particular layer. So it's a bit hard. If you sort of look down, you can see this one's still got a thing ready to go. The other one, I think the other one does as well. This one thing I don't like, you can't really see. Like this one had another one. I thought this one did, but it didn't. So that obviously does mean it has something. It's very... It would be nice if you could see how many it's got left, but it's very hard to sort of tell that. It'd be nice if there's like a little counter or something that said, alright, like here, let's have a look. So they both look like they got something there. When this one runs out, it's gone. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to read that. I just don't. But we've got the milestone done. This one's 4,000. That's... Okay, yeah. So we did say 3,840 was how much we were producing. But then we got the 25% boost. Which is... Yeah, approximately 1,000. Just less than 1,000. So... Yeah, I mean, let's pull out the calculator again. 3,840 times 1.25 is 4,800, and 3,840 times 1.5 is 5,760. So we got a beautiful number at the moment, and yeah, is going to be 5760 once we get the next upgrade, but whatever. 1,000 credit, research credits, so we'll probably get we'll actually get speed multiplier pretty quickly, which would be nice. And yeah, alright, so well, we definitely got the milestone done. Let's unlock that. Gold, and we got an achievement for that. Acceptance. Why is that achievement called acceptance? I'm not sure. Is it because they've accepted us as a good manufacturer, or have we just accepted the fact that we're just going to grind this game out forever? I'm not sure which it is, but gold. Okay. I guess the interesting thing is with these things, we probably can't paint them. Like, this is green, but if you take like a... Like, if you take like one of these things, like a plain one, you probably can't just stick that in a painter and paint them. That would just make no sense. Yeah, look at that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Or you can do this crazy shape for the same amount. We're pretty much gonna have to do the math and figure out which one is more efficient on all of these based on everything to get, because there is no unlimited amount of throughput you can get, because this vortex will be... Actually, no, that vortex will not be the limiting factor, because we've got... Where is it? We've got this thing. This thing right here produces this. And then you can just put that into there to get red. So it's theoretically unlimited. Theoretically unlimited throughput. We could actually ignore this thing entirely if we really wanted to. We wouldn't, because this produces these unwatched things like... Let's actually have a bit of a... I know I'm going way over time, but anyway. Let's have a look. So they look like that. If we go all the way over to there... I'm pretty sure they're the same. Pretty sure they're the same. Yeah, they're not slightly different or anything like that. Alright, anyway, we've gone over time here. We have finished milestone 4. We've got this beautiful little setup, which is underutilizing this stuff like crazy. It's spitting out 480 or 600 now, and we're utilizing 150, I think. So we're utilizing about 25% of what this can put out. Will we figure that out later? The problem is if we increase it to 100%, we have to increase all of these, and then we have to look at these trade recipes. So I think I'm just going to use this 25%, get to the end, and then once we get to the end, we unlock everything and we got all the research. That's the point where we'll say, okay, mega base time. Let's get as many rockets shooting per minute as we possibly can and see how we go from there. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and I will see you guys next week. I'm doing a stream on Friday this week because it came out on Thursday and it came out 10 PM my time, but next week this will be a Thursday stream, and I think it'll be Thursday ongoing. So there it is. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.